as Marvin Lewis is going to keep his job, but will he have Pacman Jones back with him next year? That's because Pacman was arrested after the Bengals won their final game Sunday night. All right, Jim, so let me get this straight. He was alleged to have poked a guy in the eye at a bar, and then he was arrested, and then all hell broke loose?
Well, yeah, basically he was at a hotel, actually, and what the police report says, he was sort of going around banging on different doors in this hotel. So security came to talk to him or find out what's going on. That led to a physical confrontation of some kind. That led to the police being called, which led to some more physical contact. And actually, if you're the Bengals, if you're Adam Jones, the most concerning part of this incident, if you will, is what happened once he was taken into custody with a felony harassment charge now when he allegedly spit on two employees in the jail. And he is actually going to spend another night in jail because the judge this morning ordered a DNA test. I'll be honest, I don't know how routine that is, but I guess because of the nature of that felony charge that is required, that person had gone home. So all of this falls under the new personal conduct policy, Doug, but I would imagine that additional felony charge is the thing that I guess the Bengals are going to have to watch for when it comes to what Roger Goodell may or may not do either now or down the line when this is settled in court.
I would guess there's going to be video somewhere of this, right? It's in a hotel. There's got to be video.
I would think so. I know our paper, the Cincinnati Enquirer, has filed all of the proper, Freedom of Information Request Acts with the police department and all those things to see, if it exists, and if it does, of course, if we can gain access to it.
Okay, so look, Pacman Jones had a sordid past, right? But in the last couple years, he's cleaned up his act. He's actually team captain this year. So how much leeway do they give him? Like, how much will they actually stand by him?
Traditionally, the Bengals choose to let the legal process run its course. And this goes back to far more, I guess, egregious, if you will. I mean, of course, this, Doug. Any arrest and felony charges are
right.
Yes.
But like the Chris Henry stuff and some of that stuff and that stuff of the past.
Exactly. So the Bengals, as a club, tend to allow that to all play out. And then, of course, if the league hands down any discipline, they'll assist the player in an appeal if that's what the player wishes to do. Honestly, Doug, you're right. Adam Jones has arrests on his record in 2011, 2013 here in Cincinnati. In 2013, he was arrested, and he was found not guilty of that assault charge. And that was that. And then 2011, also charges were dismissed. So, that's how the Bengals choose to play it. Really, this comes back to the 2014 Roger Goodell repeat offender status. How does he view those recent past indiscretions, regardless of outcome, in the legal system? Or does this even go back to 07, 08 and all, 10 years ago now?
Jim Ozarski. Okay, so Marvin Lewis is going to keep his job. What about the rest of the staff?
It's a great question. In his season-ending press conference, Doug, he did express concern, disappointment over the offense under first-year coordinator Ken Zampese, who was a longtime quarterbacks coach here, dating back to Marvin Lewis's first season back in 2003. Again, this goes back to Mike Brown and sort of the patience and the tradition of this organization. He doesn't like to fire coaches. He doesn't do it, and it goes back to Marvin Lewis, to your point there. He doesn't like to fire coaches. Mike Brown actually has more say in some of that than he does even now with personnel or even who they target in free agency than he used to. And this goes back to Paul Brown, his dad being a coach and being around that culture of coaching. Marvin Lewis says it's going to take a couple weeks for him to come to any decisions on the entire coaching staff as a whole. They actually had a lot of turnover last year, Doug. Not just Hugh Jackson's the biggest name as a head coach.
Right.
Vance Joseph left to Miami, who's now a head coaching coordinator candidate, and some other changes there. So it's possible, but again, history says probably not.